I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you think writing one motif for your crafting text piece is going to save you, I'm really sorry, it's not. My name's Shalane from TSC Tuition. We specialize in one-to-one English tutoring. And the thing about motifs is that by nature, you kind of have to repeat it across the length of your text in order for it to be a motif. You can't just mention it once and call it a motif. It has to be repeated. The thing is, we can make it so much better than just repeating that one object throughout your piece. We can extend that to other items commonly associated with that original object. So, I was talking with a student, they were using the motif of suitcases in his personal journeys framework, and I suggested, well, why don't we extend that to other items associated with suitcases? So we could talk about the strap, right, that people tie around the suitcase, or the cling wrap that you could do, the spinny thing at the airport, or the wheels, or the handlebars, or the zip, or the lock, or the keys. Like, there are so many items associated, so many objects associated with a suitcase that we could use to expand on those ideas of, discovering yourself, of being bound by social expectations, of not finding yourself, of finding a sense of belonging and identity and community, etc., etc. The thing is, you can extend this to any kind of motif, to any of the frameworks. So if you're doing country, for example, that's your framework, and your motif is, say, flowers. You could use so many things about flowers. You could talk about the petals, you could talk about the pollen, you could talk about the color of the petals, you could talk about the gradients of the colors, you could talk about the stem, the flower buds, maybe the dying flower head, the leaves. You could talk about, male and female flower parts, that they are reproductive organs for plants. You could use so many of those things to talk about the framework of country, right? Of landscape, of where you come from, of where you belong, of your identity, of, how the physical landscape has shaped you or shaped this flower, whatever flower that you're talking about. So the thing about motifs, what I'm trying to say is that there are so many things that you could do with the motif, so don't just stay stuck on that one object and think that you have to repeat it and sound repetitive. You don't. There are other ways. I hope that's helpful. Follow along for more.